Hey, warriors. I want to clear something up. I want to clear it up calmly and honestly and without the spiritual nonsense. Yes, we do create our reality, okay? But not in the way influencers are selling it. Not by pretending everything is love and light, not by bypassing pain. We create our reality through our nervous systems, our beliefs, our unhealed wounds, our choices, our level of awareness. And most importantly, through responsibility, you know, um, creating your reality isn't end goal. A lot of people think awakening stops at I've healed, I'm aware, I know the truth now. That's not the finish line. That's the fucking starting point, buddy. Sorry. you know, um, because once you heal enough to, see clearly, something changes. You stop needing validation. You stop needing to be right. You stop needing others to agree with every fucking thing you say, say and do. Um, and what naturally replaces that, I guess, that the desire to share, instead of control. Um, and sharing isn't forcing. This is where people are getting confused, I think. You know, Sharing wisdom does not mean dragging people into awakening, convincing others they're asleep, telling people how to live, or positioning yourself as above them. You know, that's ego, that's insecurity, that's obviously unhealed. Um, True sharing is more like, this is what helped me. Here's what I've learned. Take what resonates and leave the rest. You don't need to believe me. When you're healed, you don't recruit. You just radiate truth. You know what I'm saying? Um, like people that say, "Oh, if you know what you know, if you know, you know." That's fuck. I've said it before. That is honestly, that's one of the stupidest shit I've ever heard. But anyways, if you know something, don't be an asshole and sit there and, say if you know, and leave a motherfucker hanging, man. That's just anyways. You know, but why we're meant to share once we wake up, you know, here's the part people I guess don't like hearing it. Awareness comes with responsibility. It just does. Not responsibility to save the world, but responsibility to stop hoarding insight. I mean, right? If you've learned how to, regulate your emotions, break generational trauma, listen to your intuition, choose love over fear, step out of survival mode. Don't keep it to yourself. That's superiority. That's fear. You know, I don't want to interfere isn't neutrality. It's silence. Plain and simple. It's that simple, And silence is what kept a lot of us fucking stuck all this time. Silence of not having the right information or the wrong information. I don't know. I know and I understand that everyone has their own path. You know, um And yes, I know timing matters. And yes, no one can be forced. I get that. Um, but sharing wisdom, you know, doesn't violate somebody's free will. You know, fear does, control does, manipulation does. Truth doesn't. You know, truth simply exists. You know, people choose when they're ready, obviously. And sometimes the thing that opens a door for someone, you know, isn't a teacher. It's a story. You know, it's a sentence. It's a moment of honesty, right? You know, and creating reality is a collective act too. You know, we don't just create reality individually, we shape it together, you know, through what we normalize, what we fucking tolerate, what we speak up about, what we embody. You know, you don't change the world by being louder, I guess. You know, you change it by being clear, you know, by showing others what's possible without telling them that they're fucking wrong all the time. You know, I don't know, you know, and let me say this plainly. If you share, you know, because you need to be seen or you need to be right or you need authority or you need followers, that's ego. Plain and simple. I don't care how you want to slice it. It's ego, you know? If you share because you remember how lost you once felt, you want to reduce others' suffering, you know, you trust others to choose for themselves, you know, you're not attached to outcomes. That's soul. You know, people can feel the difference every time. You're not fooling anyone. Not anyone that's waking up. You know, I don't know. Creating your reality doesn't mean, you know, escaping humanity. It means healing enough to walk back into it, you know, steady, sovereign, grounded. You're not here to awaken alone, I guess is my point. You know, you're not here to stay silent out of fear, and you're not here to drag anyone anywhere. You know, you're here to be an example, you know, and that's enough. Legends, I love you.